you're black. Oh my God, Blackie. I used to get called burnt. Yo, big nose.
That is crazy.
It was like, it wasn't a bully. It was kids being kids, but it was also not just kids. You know, it was like, it was lighter was better.
Right.
So when I was growing up, it was like, even though my parents poured, when I say poured into me, like I was their only girl, poured into me. You know, you're a queen, your body's a temple. You know, you carry yourself as such. Sit with your legs crossed. Girls don't, you know, do this. You know, and I was also a tomboy. I was, you hear me, girl. You know the conversation.
I ain't no girl.
Like, you know the conversation is girl. You're like, girl.
I know you in there. Hey. Look, everybody subscribe now. She called me girl. You know this is a good joint.
Girl.
Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all tell y'all mamas. Make sure you tell everybody, cousins, baby mamas, kids. I told mine. Tell them come subscribe. Tell them come watch. Tell them come learn something. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow all the people who are on this platform. Make sure you check out their websites, their Instagrams. Make sure you check out my website, my Instagram. All that should be below, hotheads.com. If you're interested in advertisement, if you're interested in sponsoring, if you're interested in being on the podcast, reach out. You know what I mean? You can reach out by email. You can reach out by Instagram. You can reach out on the website. However way. Reach out, let me know. We're back at another episode of the High Heads Podcast. Got another special guest. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
My name is Aisha, but I do go by Lee. And, yeah.
Okay. What do you do?
I am a licensed cosmetologist or hairstylist, as some people call it.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing hair since I was 12, so this year that makes 22 years.
Sheesh. How did you get into hair?
So it kind of is something that my family does. Like, it's something that a lot of people in my family braid, whatever.
Yeah.
But my mom one day was like, I'm not doing your hair no more. I was 12. And I was like, wait, what? So I literally started to braid. I started to do box braids and sew-ins and quick weaves, and I had to, because she was like, I'm not doing it. And she was right there. But I had to do it myself, so I got pushed off the porch.
So before we get too deep into the interview, how was your week? Because we about to go deep. How was your week?
I could have cried in a corner a couple times.
Yeah, one of them long weeks.
Listen,
and it's still
I'm tired.
Early. Yeah, well, it's like half
I'm tired. I had a half an hour nap today, and I feel like, but my week was good. Just you know, you gotta, when you work hard, you gotta work hard.
Absolutely, and you got goals, you know. So, so let's go into your journey a little bit. You said it began back when you were 12.
Yeah.
When was the first time you wanted to actually turn it into like a thing?
I'd say like high school.
High school.
High school. Because before that I was actually pre-law.
Really?
Yeah, I was pre-law to be a corporate lawyer.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I know you for a while, and I didn't know. Wow.
Pre-law, yeah.
So what happened?
So I was really into hair for a long time. It was just my thing. Like, my cousins and we would swap out hairstyle, my friends, stuff like that. And I was the braider, like, you know, outside of my aunt. Like, I was the one who was, you know, braiding each other's hair. That's what we did. Okay. It was just, you know, when back in the day, it was like some, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go to the shop. I didn't go to the salon. And I was the only girl. That's the crazy part about it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the only girl of 7 boys. Yeah, I'm the only girl. So I literally did my own thing.
Right.
I did my own thing, and I started doing hair with my older brother. He had like super curly, thick hair, and then I had, you know, people in the neighborhood who were, you know, maybe white, different you know, ethnicities. So I was just doing everybody's hair.
Okay, so when was your first taste of like, all right, entrepreneur, like I'm gonna turn this into?
That's a good question. I had my daughter. Okay. So I was 2018.
Okay.
September 2018. I had already left school and things like that, and it was like it's a now or never thing because it was something that I was continuously passionate about. I had lost my passion for law. It felt mundane, monotonous. Like my dad didn't think it was a real career.
Really?
So so I just went into it because I'm like, I want to, do what is the best thing. I didn't.
He didn't
feel
think
like
hair was.
Yeah, he didn't think it was able to. It was a good career.
Yeah.
It wasn't considered a career. You got to think about
like
it.
a hobby.
Yeah, most people like, a hairstylist, they don't, make money, they don't prosper, not realizing the full benefits of it. Yeah. So I literally had my daughter, and 2 months after I had her, I was like, you know what? I told myself that I was going to be the best person I could be for myself and for her. And I literally, 2 months, with her being 2 months old, I just signed up for school. Signed up for school, pushed through it. It was hard. Yeah. It was hard having a newborn. But I just was like, you know what? Let's go.
Right.
And then ever since then, it's just been like, what's next?
Right.
Like, what can I add on to this? How can I be better? Like, and now I went from literally going to school, doing clients at school, having clients who would allow me to actually I used to take my daughter to my client's house. Yeah, I used to carry her car seat to my client's house, and like I would apologize every time I did their hair, but they respected my hustle, so they let me bring my baby.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, now I own my own salon.
Yeah. How long have you had the shop?
I obtained it January, so it's only been, what is this, April, 4 months now.
Okay.
And the funny part about that is the moment I signed up for that, I signed up for school. So I'm in the teacher's program at school, so I can be a licensed cosmetology teacher. And the moment I did that, so I'm juggling the salon and school and momming and everything else that happens all at once.
So your daughter's what, like 4 now?
She'll be 4 in September.
4 in September.
Yeah.
Does she know like what's going on?
She does. It's so funny because like when I pick her from daycare, she's like, "We're going to the salon." Like, or I just found out when I picked her from daycare that the teacher's like, "Yeah, she was braiding everybody's hair at school." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "They were out playing on the in the yard and everybody was lined up to get their hair braided." Yeah, I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Wow.
And then I looked at her, I said, "You was doing it right here?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, baby."
Wow.
Yeah, so it's so funny, like, what she watches because she sees, what I do and how hard I work. Because some days I do got to take her,
Yeah.
Some days it just doesn't work out. You know how that goes. So some days I do have to take her. Sometimes it's a good experience, sometimes it's not. Yeah. But I always said that I would make room for her in my life because she didn't ask to be here. So she's my gift, no matter how hard it is. And that's what kind of, drives me on those days where I can't move or where I feel like, yo, this is horrible. This ain't working out, or how the hell am I going to figure this out? Like, yo, this shit is like, I'll be stressed. You know how it goes.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, I look at her and I'll be like, you might be a badass little girl, but I love you. Like,
right.
So it's
absolutely.
like, you gotta, you take the pros and the cons, and I just kind of keep pushing and keep chugging along because I cannot fail.
Right.
I can't fail, not for me, but not for her.
Right.
Because I didn't grow up with, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon, but my parents worked hard.
Right.
I watched them work hard every day to make sure that we had what we needed, and sometimes, or a lot of times, more than that.
Right.
And for me, it's like, with me having one, it's expensive and it may be hard, but I'm going to give her the world. Like, and I mean it. Like, by the time she's old enough to really understand what I'm doing, she's going to be good. She's going to know, like, my mom put this time in. She put this work in to make sure that I'm good. Like, and that's where hair comes from. So on my days when I'm tired and I'm like, I can't do it, or I just go and I'm like, you know what? This hairstyle is a pair of sneakers.
Right.
Like, this is this. Like, I got to take her on vacation. It's like, that's,
Absolutely.
Because I do me last.
Yeah.
Because we make it work. We make our stuff work. We,
Absolutely.
Time and time again, we make our work. I can wear the same pair of jeans for 3 to 5 years, But she's going through a growth spurt, so I gotta go and buy her. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's for me, but it's for her. Like, this is her legacy.
Right. Yeah.
It's different.
So along the journey, what were some of those like pivotal moments in business? Like when it's like, yo, typically we think it's gonna go a certain way, and a lot of times it don't go that way.
What?
Yeah.
Listen.
Tell me a pivotal moment in the journey.
Oh.
You know.
Which one? Which one?
Oh,
Which
man.
one? Shit.
Give me a good one. What's the one that stick out? What sticks out the most? The
Um,
one that hurt the most, stung the most.
Okay, so a couple months, I'm not gonna name names, but I had a really, really, really like heartbreaking situation.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm getting sad. Where somebody just turned out to not be who I thought they were, and it was it reminded me of that push, my mom gave me.
Yeah.
When I was younger, when I first started out, doing my own hair, and I want to say the situation without saying the situation. All right, so I was working. I actually went and worked at a salon, and the salon I was at, it was not a horrible experience, but it was just like I was being, micromanaged, and with me being, I'm 33,
Right.
I'm a leader, first and foremost. Like,
Right.
I'm a lion. I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a leader. I don't follow.
Right.
I can take instruction. I can take criticism, good or bad. I just was, that's something that was taught to me.
Yeah.
But this turned out to be just not the best experience. Overall, pretty much I decided to part ways and do it in an adult way.
Right.
And this person decided to not allow me to finish, my clients for that month. I had 7 appointments remaining that I needed to complete, and this person decided to not allow me to finish it. And for me, this is my money.
Right.
This is how I feed my kids. So if I don't make money, I can't provide.
Absolutely.
And when this person had this ability to control my well-being, I said I would never put myself in that predicament again. So if somebody has the ability to close out my books, I can't use your chair to wash somebody's hair.
Me thinking about man.
Yeah, so it's like for real. So it's like
I'm the same way, boy.
Listen, I said I'm never doing this again. I'm never. And all I kept saying, manifested this. I'm like, I want my own. I want my own. I just want my own. I just want my own. I want my own. I want my own. And I lied to you not, like, I had someone come to me and they were like, hey, are you still looking for a space? And, this was it was a blessing. Because I was like, when they asked me, I'm like, yeah, but, because, it's scary.
Absolutely.
When it's presented to you, it's scary. You were like, I want it, but can I, I can do it, but should I do it? Like, it's, so you, like, weigh it out. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I want it.
Yep.
So I actually was like, yeah, I'll take it. Got the numbers, connected with the person. And it was a little bumpy,
right.
Transitioning, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I revamped the location, turned it into my own, and I have wonderful clients, and I just love the ability to be able to move when I want, because I'm like, I was a gypsy, like, before I had my daughter, I was working 60 to 80 hours a week just because I'm a worker.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a worker because I like to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Like, I was here, Philly, because we're originally from Philly. So it's like here, Philly, Houston, Altoona. Like, just moving all around. Like, that was just me. Like, if I get bored, I'm up and I'm going. So, whenever I, had that experience, it was just like, nah, I'll never do that. Before that, I was in insurance, and that one was like, it went from like a free-spirited office to micromanagement to like some racial inequality occurring to like, it was just, things that I just said, yo. And then meanwhile, you got the CEO, the president, they chilling, but the worker bees. So if I'm going to be a worker bee, I'm going to be my own worker bee.
Right.
I can't continue to put money in somebody else's pocket and I'm not benefiting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when my seat is empty, they just going to fill it again.
Right. Absolutely.
You can't fill my seat.
Right.
This seat can't be filled.
Yeah.
At this point, you can't fill this seat because I'm like, I'm a hell of a vibe.
Right.
And that's just like, I ain't even going to say, like, not to toot my own horn because toot. Like,
right.
I feel like, I'm not, everybody has a certain presence to them, and everybody has a certain like agenda in life and things like that. And for me, like doing hair fulfills me.
Right.
It does. It fulfills me. I love being able to make something out of nothing. Like that's my favorite thing I say to people when it comes to hair, because I have clients who come in and they can be so broken.
Right.
You know, especially moms.
Yeah.
You know, for moms, it's hard for us. You know, because we always carry, you know, a lot more than what a lot of people recognize.
Right.
So for a mom to be able to, you know, go and sit down and you don't gotta be like, don't touch that, no, don't move, stop that, for, you know, even an hour, to be able to do that and just sit down and talk and just be normal again, because when you're a mom, it doesn't feel normal all the time.
Right.
You know, it doesn't, because you go through those like, I don't even want to be a mom.
Right.
Like, why am I here? You know, on top of working, on top of your emotions, you got to fix their emotions. And if you have a spouse, you got to fix their emotions. You know, we hold it together. We the glue.
Yeah.
So when I have those clients that come in and they're like, you know, having a rough day or something, I'm like, just relax.
Right.
You know, relax. I got you.
Yeah.
Relax. So I make sure that I try to cater to them in ways that I know they're not getting at home. You know, and that's even like just a simple shampoo and condition. Yeah. When I'm shampooing their hair, they sleep.
Right.
You know, or they get up and they're like, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Or when they're about to get out of my chair and I show them themselves and they cry. That one right there, yeah.
Sheesh.
When they're crying because they're like, yo, I just haven't felt like myself lately.
That's crazy.
Like, that's
crazy.
what hair is to me.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, that's what hair is to me. It's not just, oh, let's get this money.
Right.
And then you want to also make sure like you're doing, you know, because a lot of people don't know the foundation of hair.
Right.
So for me, all those years that I was doing hair, I didn't know the foundation of hair. I know you got to keep it oiled, you know, I knew moisture, but I also didn't know like, you know, I wouldn't know like a simple thing of like I know you got to put water in it, but I didn't know what the water was doing, you know, whereas though like a flower, you water it, it grows. Right. You know, like us. You feed us, we stay, you know, it's a part of us staying alive.
Absolutely.
So that's, you know, the foundation of doing hair. It comes with love. Like, that's how I feel. Because you want to take care of it. Yeah. You can't, you know, just be doing anything to somebody's hair because it's not going to grow. Right. It's going to fall out. It's going to be damaged. You know, and they may not even come back to you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's a whole,
that's pretty
like,
wild.
Yes, listen.
That's pretty wild. You know, I did an interview with someone else who had a salon, and it was a similar thing, and I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean? Like, that women are coming. It's like the getaway, the therapy.
A major getaway.
It's crazy.
I refuse to do my own hair.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't care. That is crazy.
I'll put a hat on.
Yeah.
I refuse, and people be like, hairstylist, this, bro, I don't want to do my hair. I do hair all the time. Yeah. I'd rather somebody else do it. I'd rather pay somebody else to do my own hair, because then also it's like for me, you know, I am currently, like, my day-to-day schedule is hectic. Yeah. So like when we're trying to arrange this and things, I'm like, all right, how am I gonna do this? I can't fit this in. Like literally today is kind of like a easy day for me. Gotcha. But like my day to day, I get up 7 a.m. I'm out the door by 7:30, 7:45. So that means we shower the night before. So 7 a.m. Daughter to daycare by 8. School by 8:45. I don't get out of school till 4:45. Shoot back to my daughter by 5 o'clock. And then I have like a spin class that I do, which is at 6:45. So I got to get her food, get her to the sitter before 6 to get to my location by 6:45. That's not over till 6 to 7:45. Then I got to get her home, bathe her, put her to bed, then look at me. Then I have time for me. Right. And that's a little bit of time. Right. Because I got to get to bed because I still got to get back up at 7.
Jeez. All right, got a question. So when was the moment when like you realized, because you said you did the insurance, you said you did, I forgot what else you said, but it's not important. Where was the moment when you was like, all right, like, do you remember the time when it's like, I just can't work these jobs?
Yeah, it was the insurance job. It was my daughter. So my daughter is she'll be 4 in September. When I was working for the health insurance company. It was she was sick, and she had reactive airway disease, which is asthma. Okay. So when she was born, she had like really bad acid reflux. Like it took me, I went through like 3 or 4 formulas to just get her to stop like projectile vomiting. Wow. I even like breastfed, but that was like a difficulty. So when she was born, she just was like, she wasn't sickly, but I kept her away from everybody, and by doing so, her immune system isn't the best. Gotcha. So when she got out there into the world, it's just like literally taking a baby and keeping them in a bubble, and then taking them out there to the world. And she's like, every possible germ, it's like, hey, get her. Like, she, when she gets sick, she like, even a slight cold, she has a fever. Like, it's like, so every little thing that she got, whenever, because it was her first year, I think she was about 1.5, something like that. She was about 1, because I got that job like a month or 2 after I graduated. Okay. Because I was nervous about being in the industry. Gotcha. So I would have to go pick her up from daycare. I was having to, constantly like just stop what I was doing to have to go get her. Yeah. And there's only so many sick days you can get for work. And I just didn't like that they were in control over how I parented. Because if they're calling me from daycare, I'm coming. Like, I can't just leave my child out to hang. And I feel like I don't need to explain to you my child is sick. Right. Or for me to like beg for some leniency because I'm trying to be a mom. Right. Yeah, like, absolutely. So it's like, for me, I can't let somebody dictate my life. Absolutely. Not in that manner. Yeah. For real. Hell like, yeah. No, it's just not given. No. I feel the same exact way. That's why I'm forced to have to do this. I have, even if I don't feel like it, even if I don't want, even if I'm tired of it. I'm never giving up. No, it doesn't make any sense. Never. Because this the option is way more. The option not to do this is way more scary to me. Not feeling like doing this. It's like, nah. Think about what you think of, like, because it's just like when you look at what you lose versus what you gain. Yeah. From taking this jump. Because a lot of people are scared. Scared money don't make no money though. None. So it's like ever since I jumped off this porch, it's been up. Absolutely. It's really been up. Like, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I didn't know you did this." I know, because I'm like, I'm super like low key and super humble. Right. So a lot of people are like, "Oh," because I'm not constantly, "Oh, I do this and this and this." Right. Like, I feel like I'll show you better than I can tell you. I'm one of those people, because whenever you see me, you gonna see me. Yeah. And it's bigger than what my mouth can say. Gotcha. Absolutely. Before I forget, where are you located again? I am at 2831 Pembroke Avenue, like right up the like catty corner from 7-Eleven. Okay. Are people able to walk in? Is appointments? It is by appointment only. I do take same day appointments if you people reach out and have the availability. Gotcha. But yes, it is appointment only. Okay. I'm gonna talk about this for a second, and then we're gonna hop right back into it. All right. Mm-hmm. What type of stuff do you do? What type of work do you do? I deal with natural hair, relaxed hair, extensions, braids, color, everything. I'm actually working on cutting for men. Really? Yeah, I just bought my Babyliss. Yeah. Yeah, listen. I was in the barbershop for a little bit. I worked in the barbershop for a little bit. I got a little natural knack for it. My thing is, like, I get nervous. I get nervous. Yeah, you can't be shaking. It's not that kind of nervous, but I get nervous, like, where I get in my head. You get nervous. Gotcha. You get in your head. I'm an overthinker. For me, like, I'm what they consider left brain. So gotcha. I go the long way around instead of like, hey, it's this. So, yeah, that's me. So I'm like, you think you're going to mess up? Is that how you feel about it? Yo, no, I cut my daughter's dad's hair one day. When I said, he was like, you're never cutting my hair. Listen. Pushed him back, okay? He was hot. Pushed him back, but I did good the other times. But one time I messed up, he gonna treat me like that. He gonna treat me like that. That was so wrong. I deserve better than that.
Right.
So I got my clippers, and I was talking to him about it. I got my clippers. He's like, "You ain't cutting me."
Right.
Like,
Oh,
you did me dirty.
Right.
I was like, yo, that's so wrong. So
everybody got the experience.
But I'm actually not bad. Like, I'm actually really, like, when I was in school, they're like, oh, you can cut. I'm like, yeah, just give me a little bit.
Right. So you ain't offering that right now, right?
No.
Okay.
I ain't about to play nobody here.
Right. Okay. So
but my the newest thing that I've actually done, so I've been researching it for about a year and a half. It's been out for a while, but it's more of a high-end service, which is tape-ins.
Okay.
So that's something that's kind of like everybody's starting to like do it now around here, but it's been out. I actually just like got my connections, so for like bundles and extensions, all that. So I'll be supplying that because what I want to ultimately do is high-end.
Really?
My goal is high-end. Like my salon is Laid by Lee Hair Lounge.
Okay.
So it's going to be super upscale. Like I don't want, your typical salon experience when you come in. Like I have a goal in mind. I don't want to drop all my jewels and gems out there.
Don't do that. Not yet.
But I definitely have some stuff in the works. Like, and I'm going to include like my services. When you get like, for instance, a sew-in, when you get like tape-ins, like you would use my supply of stuff. I'm no longer going to be accepting outside hair because I provide a service, and then sometimes it might look a little crazy because the hair is not the best quality, but I've done what I could do with that product. So I don't want to experience that. Like I want everybody, when you get out the chair, your hair shaking. Like, and I know that it's my quality of stuff, so I know what you're getting, and I don't, I won't have any hiccups with, oh, it's bushy or anything like that, or major split ends. Because it's just quality over quantity.
Makes sense. That makes sense. You have any goals this year as far as the business?
Yeah. I'm working on expanding right now. That's another thing. I'm not going to go into detail.
Right.
But working on expanding right now. I'm gonna shake some shit up. I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna shake some shit up because I just feel like it's, here I commend. There's very, very talented women in the city, women and men stylists, barbers. I commend all of them. Like one thing I like to do is give props where it's due.
Right.
Like that's super big for me because this ain't an easy thing to do.
Right.
And it takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of time. Like even when you take a look at like. I look at like my work from last year and I'm like, oh my God, I was poop. Like I was trash. You let me do your hair. Like I just look at it like that. I'm like, oh, what was I putting out there? Like, and they like this. Like, so whenever you look at that aspect, it's like, yo, gotta keep growing and glowing.
Absolutely. Keep
growing and glowing and putting that effort forth. So I took 2 certification classes for tape-ins and I'm working on a braidless weft class. Like I just have like a bunch of different things that I'm doing to just better myself. Like I feel like when I first graduated school, I didn't care for education further than school. I was like, man, I'm just a braider, like whatever. But I'm working on getting out of braiding because it's so time consuming.
Right.
And no shade, but people don't want to pay.
Right.
People want to pay. They don't consider, the services for braiding to be an expensive thing when they can, no shade to kitchen people because I was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen. I was in the living room. I was in the dining room. I did this. So no shade, but they can go and get a service for a lower rate.
Absolutely.
And I get it because I was there, but for me, I can't fold because you ain't gonna fold for Tom Ford, Gucci, Fendi. Absolutely. You're not folding for them. You ain't going in their store and saying, well, can I give you 50 cents? You ain't doing that to them. So I'm not gonna accept any less.
Absolutely. That gotta be respected. Absolutely. What's the dream look like?
You trying to get my secrets?
I mean, look.
I can't tell you
if
because
it's too much, we ain't got.
I can't tell you like because it's going. It's just it's not nothing like what I'm trying to do around here.
Right. So
I do plan to possibly make it a chain type of thing.
Okay. So you're about to start being less discreet? You're going to have to be less discreet if you talking about...
The thing is I don't want everybody's energy in my stuff. I don't want everybody's thoughts. I don't want everybody's opinions into what I'm trying to do. Because that hinders my stuff. And it makes me like, even though I might not change my decision to move the way I'm moving, it could cause me to have like second thoughts on it, or, make alterations on my vision, which my vision is my vision.
That might be what you need, though. You might need... No, I'm not saying somebody's vision. I'm saying
you might... not the thoughts.
No. You may need people to be in your ear so that you get the strength to say, I don't care what you talking about. I'm going to stop overthinking. I'm telling you this. I'm going to tell you what I figured out, y'all. And I just figured this out probably within the last year of my life. And I say this a lot on the podcast.
What?
You can't get to where you're trying to get to until you become the person that's able to get that thing. And there's a lot of things that you can't get until, like, you have to become a different person.
I have.
But you may have to do it again.
Always. We always evolve.
Not learn something new.
No.
I'm talking about become a different person.
I'm telling you. I understand that.
So you may need that thing that you're trying to avoid.
But that little part of it, I don't want to be different. I don't want that.
Okay. So you want to grow it discreetly?
No. So once I land it and get the initial portion,
I'm not saying the location. I'm talking about
my idea.
I'm talking about as you build the business, are you going to be like marketing and like really
absolutely.
like that's what I meant when I said
absolutely. No. My thing is like once I got to get my feet in the door.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
No. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying that. No.
I was about to
No way. Like, yeah. Oh no.
No, absolutely. I'm I'm really bad at marketing. I'm horrible at it. I don't like posting all the time.
Becoming a new person. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta become a new.
I do. I hate it. Like I have a social media marketing person, and it's so bad that I haven't even gotten her. That I don't even send her pictures. Yeah, it's bad. And she just is like, all right, well, can you send it to me? I have somebody like that's building my website, and she's like, all right, just give me the information. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This was a couple weeks ago. I had to text her or call her and say, I'm sorry. I just haven't had the time to get you the information.
Right.
So it's like, I know.
Marketing's number one.
I hate it.
Number one.
I hate it. I don't.
hate
for
it
one,
too.
I'm not so I'm on social media because I have to.
Absolutely.
I don't care for the commentary.
Yeah.
I don't care for the ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for the oversharing.
Right.
I'm not a person on that. Like now, in my younger days, I probably talk a little bit too much, but now, like, I don't think I'm old, but I know I'm wiser.
Right.
And I'm dedicated to better things than what social media provides.
Absolutely.
For me, it's just the ability to put my businesses out there.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, like, I don't care for it. So when it comes to marketing, I'm like, I gotta invest in this. Like,
don't look at their posts.
So I've been going on my business page.
Okay.
So I've been going on my business page and looking at those feeds, because if I'm going to see something, I'd rather see entrepreneurial things versus Quee said, John.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't care for it. I don't care who's dealing with who. I don't care what time they went to jail. I don't care why they went to jail. I don't care who set whose house on fire.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's crazy because I literally have my phone. I have my phone, but I have my phone set, like, I have a focus mode set. Mm-hmm. It comes on 6:30. 6:30, if not 7 at the latest. I'll turn it off, turn it back on. So from those hours, like, and I get out of school at 4:45. So by the time I get home, it's 5:30, 6 o'clock. And when I have, like, my days out later for my exercise class, it's, 8 o'clock pretty much. So when I'm on my phone, I'm on, like, TikTok. I'm on TikTok for, real estate, for business, for for hair, for credit, for travel, things like that. Facebook, I'm on there and I'm in groups, like the financial groups, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I hate marketing. I hate it. I hate the ideology of social media. Yeah. It's easy to put a big facade on. It's easy to one of my biggest things is like, it's real when you are who you say you are. Mm-hmm. That is like my thing. That's something I run with because I can literally sit back and be like, okay, is this you? Are you every day?
Right.
Are you every day?
Right.
You know, not those moments where you be like, yo, what the? But like, are you every day?
Right.
Like everything that you say and live by, are you standing on? Are you standing on it?
Right.
It's easy to say some things, but stand on it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where like I just stand on it. Like, be about what you say you about. Like, don't present yourself in a way that you aren't who you are supposed to be.
I agree, 100%. So if you could, you open that advice?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You be that person.
Nah.
Online.
Nah.
Be who you are. Online. I promise you, yo, once I disappeared for a long time, like off of social media, stuff like that. You'll see me pop up. Even now, I don't be on. You ain't never gonna see me like posting nothing crazy on Facebook. You'll see something about the business or something about my wife or my kids. You know what I mean? That's it. And then I'm gone. But once I figured out the marketing part, everything changed.
But hold on. Let me not even to mention that. So I own a lingerie line as well.
Okay. I did know that. Yeah. I did know that.
Euphoria Lingerie.
Yeah.
So I own a lingerie line as well, in which that's kind of like in the tuck right now. I'm putting, the hair business in the forefront. Yeah. And I decided to add a men's portion, the LGBTQ community. I decided to add a men's portion.
Okay.
You don't see that.
Right.
People reported my page so much that I am banned, restricted from any type of promotion that's on Instagram, Facebook, and that's not just for the Euphoria, that's for my hair accounts as well. They have banned me and said that it is final.
Wow.
So I would have to go and make a whole new Facebook page, Instagram page, because somebody was a hater.
Right.
For something they could have scrolled past. You ain't scrolling past somebody getting shot. You ain't scrolling past somebody shaking the ass. But you want to report somebody else's business.
Right.
You ain't report Victoria's Secret.
Right.
You ain't report Fenty.
Sheesh.
But my shit get reported.
Right.
So I got to do all the footwork. I got to do all the manual footwork when you could just pay $50 a month and get your shit promoted.
Right. Yeah. So let's go on the lighter note. 3 words to describe him.
Good or bad?
All the above. Whatever you want it to be. Whatever you think of first. Most of the time, people don't say the bad stuff. So
why not?
I don't know why they don't. Since I've been doing this podcast, nobody said anything bad. So that's typically.
Driven. Consistent.
Let me hear the bad one.
Stubborn.
You have always been stubborn.
I'm very
I knew
stubborn.
you when we were young.
I'm very stubborn.
Yeah, sheesh.
I told you, I'm literally one of those, like, I'm standing on it. Like, right. I'm stubborn. Now, I have learned to, like, I've learned to step back and hear others' perspectives and things like that, and remove and be more rational about it. Right. Because I used to not. I'd be like, man, nah, I said what I said, and I don't care how you feel. I don't care if I'm wrong. It wouldn't matter. So I've learned to, like, be a good kind of stubborn.
Shoot, that's dangerous.
I've learned how to be a good kind of stubborn. Yeah, I'm not that person anymore. I've evolved. I've changed. Right. Okay. But the third one.
You said it, stubborn.
No.
You
did I?
Consistent,
oh yeah, I did. Okay.
You have another one. Go for it.
Nah.
Now you good?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Any quotes, sayings, or truths that you live by?
To inspire them is to make them beautiful.
Okay, where that come from?
That's my motto for my salon.
Really? Say that again?
To inspire them is to make them beautiful.
So that's your own slogan. That's pretty dope. To inspire them is to make them beautiful. That's it, right? I like that. What's the meaning behind it? Let's say that.
It just kind of goes back to when I was giving the backstory on my clients and hard workers. We all work really hard, and as I mentioned, for a lot of people, the services I provide are a getaway for them. Right. It's their me time, and I I know whenever I get my nails done, my hair done, you know when you clean up, you be like, I'm fly. Like you feel like, like I'm that girl. Like
Absolutely.
you do. So that's how I look at it. Like, let me inspire you to be who you want to be today.
I like that.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big. You know how you see those pictures of people and you're like, ooh, they look a little crazy.
Right.
And they be like, you clean up nice.
Right.
You clean up real. Like, you clean up nice. Like, that's, it's derived from that.
Right. I like that. All right, we're going to do some thinking for a second. Right?
Oh, my God.
All right. What was one of those life-changing moments that shifted the way you either see the world or the way you think, or, I mean, it could be the same exact thing. What was one of the moments is like, yo, that shifted everything. Like, that messed me up right there. But in a positive way. Let's stick to maybe a positive way. Could be a conversation. Could be something that happened.
I had postpartum depression.
Okay.
My postpartum depression was opposite of most people's. So
Okay.
I was actually kind of like obsessed with my daughter versus like, wanting to harm her. I didn't let anybody care for her.
Right.
My mom had to like force me.
Wow.
So when I had to be everything for her, it was like, yo, there is more than me out here. Because, with me being the only girl, I was a little spoiled.
Right.
I was a little spoiled. So it was like me.
Right.
What about me? And now in my life I can't stand it. What about me as person? But like now it's like, when I had her and I was caring for her, and it was like, wow, love does exist. Like,
right.
And a lot of people find love in their children when they don't, have it. And for me, like I had it coming from multiple avenues.
Yeah.
But it meant nothing. It meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
And so when I had her and I learned how to love her, it actually taught me how to love myself. It was the craziest thing. I didn't realize I hated myself. I used to hate me.
You about to make us have another
hour,
hour, 2 hour long joint. Oh,
yo, for real. I used to hate me.
Why?
Everything about me.
Why? I think that's a conversation.
Well, I grew up. So I'm from Philly, but I was raised in Altoona.
Yeah.
And here, and I was the only Aisha in that little town. And then when I got to, so there was alright, you had your racist Altoona, yeah.
Okay, that's predominantly white?
It is predominant, well, not at this moment, but yeah, it was when I was there.
It was then, okay.
But when I was there, it was cool. We went through our little racist times, but then we moved here. It was crazy because there was a lot of colorism here. Yeah, there was a lot of colorism. I used to feel so like ugly.
Really?
People, you're black. Oh my God, blackie. I used to get called burnt. Yo, big nose.
That is crazy.
I was, it was like, it wasn't a bully. It was kids being kids, but it was also not just kids. It was like, it was lighter was better.
Right.
So when I was growing up, it was like, even though my parents poured, when I say poured into me, like I was their only girl, poured into me. You're a queen, your body's a temple. You carry yourself as such. Sit with your legs crossed. Girls don't, do this. And I was also a tomboy. I was, oh, you hear me, girl. You know the conversation.
I ain't no girl.
Like, the conversation is going like, girl.
Like, girl. Hey. Hey, look, everybody subscribe now. She called me girl. You know this is a good joint.
Yo, girl, like, girl. So, look, I was running with the boys. Like, I used to play ball. Like, I'm real nice on the court. I used to ball. Yeah, I used to play ball. Like, I got an arm out, like, quarterback. I got to play football, soccer, baseball. Like, I was one of them. I was with the boys.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that. But I was also, like, I had my girly spurt when I was, like, teens, like 15, maybe 14, 15. When I started, like, really, when I had a boyfriend. But like I was still like, you know, on the court. Like I was still balling, you know. So that didn't play that played a part in it because I'm like maybe I'm not girly enough, you know, maybe. But it was always I didn't feel like, you know, I was good enough because I was dark skinned.
Right.
So coming to that, like I didn't start to really appreciate my complexion until I moved back to Philly 2010. I think I was there on and off between 10, 11, and 12 for real. Okay. And I was in Philly and I'm walking down the street, they like chocolate. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, okay, what's up?
That's dope.
Like, you know, I started to come into like, oh. And then people like, yo, because I would get it, like, you're beautiful. Your complexion is beautiful. You know, and I'm like, okay, people do like dark skin people. But I didn't get that until I went to Philly.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get that until I went to Philly. And then as I like started to like move around, and it was crazy because as soon as I started to love myself some more, it was like, oh, it started to come in more. You know, it started to come in more, and it just like, it made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense. So it was like, you know, I used to resent. How do you resent you?
Right.
For being you?
Ooh.
How?
Ooh.
How do you resent you?
Yeah.
I even like at one point when I was a kid, I bought the skin lightening cream.
Are you serious?
Listen.
Wow.
Yeah. I bought the skin lightening cream. I used to not date black men.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm like.
Are you serious?
Because that's how much people would talk about me. So anything lighter than me was better than me.
Whoo. So the mindset like that came from. It was all basically. What do I want to say? It was all physical. It was all like somebody talking about you. It was that stuff. So.
Because at first, you know, when somebody says something to you, at least like as a kid, when somebody says something to you, you hear it and you're like, oh, that was mean or something like that. But as you get older,
right,
and you keep hearing the same things, you know, like you know, and you can have as much willpower as you want. You can have, you know, the capability, that mental strength as you want. But when you continue, it's called conditioning.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like that mouse in the box.
Absolutely.
It's conditioning. Yeah. And that's whenever that's why I started to stand on my own and be like, so because now I'm like, oh, you, what the fuck?
Right.
The fuck? Right. Who are you? Like, so now I literally have the most passive, like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I might check you.
Right.
I might say something to you. I might get a little out of character sometimes. But it's like, it takes a lot now.
Right.
It takes a whole lot, you know. And it was so weird because within my family, they'd be like, your skin's beautiful, chocolate. And not just like my intermediate, you know, not my mom and dad, my brothers. It's like my aunts, my uncles, like, you know, you're beautiful, this, and that. So I was getting it. That's the crazy thing. Yeah. I was getting it. But it was the outside. Because you got to think, how many days a week, how many hours were we spending with these people? You know?
All day. We talking with the ones that's talking crazy, we with them all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you got to think about it. And it's crazy because I actually had an experience. It's funny that you brought this up. Yeah. It wasn't in regards to complexion, but I took my daughter to daycare maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. And we walked in. Mind you, she was cute this day. Sis was cute. She looked so good. And took her in, and this little boy was like, something, I ain't gonna say her name, but he was like, and he just started laughing. Mind you, he didn't say anything else. He just started laughing at her. She turned around and she looked at me. And she said, Mommy, he's laughing at me. And I looked at her and I said, and who is he?
Right.
And she said his name, and I was like, okay, and who is he?
Absolutely.
And I looked at her and I said, and who are you? And she said her name, and I said, look at your outfit.
Absolutely.
Look at your hair. Look at you. You look nice, right? She said, yeah. I said, oh, ain't that your friend over there? She said, yeah, which is another person, another kid. I said, ain't that your friend over there? She said, yeah. I said, go say hi to that person. She went and said hi. I said, now how you feel? She said, I feel good. I said, you have a good day.
Absolutely. That's it. Got to condition them the other way.
We are not.
Absolutely.
We are not.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I teach her when we go out in public. If you feel like dancing, dance.
Right.
You want to sing, sing. I don't care who's looking at you.
Yeah.
You want me to do it with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a damn. We be walking around the store singing Frozen, and I don't care.
Right.
It taught me to, I gotta break those curses.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's, for me, it's big. It's big because I want her to see me shining.
Absolutely.
But she's so smart that she's like on my days, she'd be like, "You okay, mommy?" And I say, "Yeah," and she'll turn my face like she's smart. Yo, I'm telling you, meet her, she was like, she'll turn my face and she's like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, smile, show me a big smile."
Wow.
So it's like that experience of like experiencing the colorism and the hate for myself as a black woman. I just said if I did ever have kids, because I didn't want kids, I would teach them how to be themselves no matter what and love themselves, down to like the smallest things. You know what I mean? Like, because it's important. Those small things that people start with can grow into something big. You know, and I happen to, you know, I think I take care of her pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, our kids they're our babies.
Right.
You know, train up a child, but I'm gonna train her up a little bit different this time.
Right.
Like, she gonna be unfuckwittable.
Right.
And that ain't a word, but it's the word today.
That's a word.
For real. She gonna be something that she ain't gonna be nothing to play with.
Yeah.
Seriously, because you ain't gonna be able to shake that one like that.
Right.
She like, what? Oh, okay.
So what would you tell? I say, there's plenty of black women going through that. Plenty to this day. There's plenty. Like, how? If they don't have somebody, you know, calling them chocolate as they walking down the street, somebody who's growing up here and don't have a chance, like what is a way, or what can help that? You know what I mean?
See, that's a hard one because that's like being in a room full of people and screaming and nobody hears you. So.
What about self-evaluation? Like, you just sit down one day and really just get to know yourself, like
isolate.
Right.
Isolate. For me, isolation is very, very important because it allows you to learn yourself. And I believe in God. Yeah. I'm spiritual. Absolutely. I grew up in the church. I do not believe in God, but I just believe in being able to control more than what a lot of people believe we have control of.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And that's where my spirituality comes in.
Gotcha.
So for me, I meditate. And so when I'm stressed, when I'm angry, I also work out. Okay. Build yourself up.
Yeah.
Build you. Love you. Yeah. Those times that you take, you know, to yourself, just literally just go. Be by yourself. Right. Whether it's watching TV, because a lot of times people are codependent.
Absolutely.
And codependency allows you to get. So here's the thing. Friends, girlfriends, husbands, brothers, sisters. Every relationship is every interaction is a relationship. What kind of relationship do you want to have with each person is the question.
That's good.
Like, I used to have a lot of codependent relationships, and that's just in a lot of different areas of my life.
Yeah. Friends,
you know, brothers, you know, mom, dad.
Right.
So separating yourself gives you that ability to be like, okay, this is me. I'm bored. You know, you get those like, man, I'm bored. Let me call.
Right.
What such and such. What you doing? You know, just for a simple conversation or text message. Yeah. Instead of doing that continuously, sit back and enjoy yourself. Hate yourself.
Yeah.
Be angry with yourself.
Yeah.
Process your daily things, you know, just from your perspective.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
Learn how you would do it on your own if you had nobody else to help you with it. And when you get to the point where, you know, because some days you're going to be crying. You're going to be just sitting there crying. You know, you're going to go through those rough spots like, yo, I hate this. Like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
What am I doing? How do I fix this? You know? And I felt like taking the time out to myself is what saved me, because I went through a phase where I think this was 2016. I just up and moved to Houston.
Wow.
Yeah, I just up and moved to Houston. And before I did that, I actually had a falling out with a really good friend of mine. And it threw me into a major isolation. Like, I would still talk to people, but I literally was like, not myself. I had to not be myself. And when I say that, that's just in reference to like, hey, hi, I'll speak to you. I don't have a problem with, short conversations, but overall, like, I'm in the house.
Right.
I don't want to go nowhere.
Yeah.
I got my food. I'm cooking in the house. I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything. I'm just home.
Yeah.
Because when you're home, you're you.
Right. Absolutely.
So, just tell yourself that it's okay to be you. Positive affirmations work. It really does work whenever you put that effort in. Because you gotta think about it. Nah, like I'm dope. You tell yourself that every day. You're like, yeah, I am. I'm talented. You work, and then you notice like it's a difference when, oh my God, I'm doing this wrong. I can't get this. You see that your kids when they like, I can't get this, and you're like, yo, calm down, take a deep breath, try it again. If it doesn't work, I'll help you this time. But you gotta do it yourself.
Right.
You have to do it yourself. I need to see you trying to do it yourself before I can put my hand in your pot and help you. So, do that elimination and be careful of who you have around you, because who is around you is also who you are.
Right. Absolutely.
That birds of a feather flock together is true. Not for you doing what they do, but you being around them and observing the energy from the things that they choose to do.
Right.
That's a big thing.
Absolutely.
Like that's
you talking
a big
that talk
listen.
Right now. You talking that talk.
And listen, I got a handful of that. Of people that I like can deal with, and we all have the ability to differentiate and clear out. When I call one of my homies, most of the time, sometimes I bypass it, but I've really tried to work on, are you emotionally available? I have something happen. Can you carry something else?
That's a good question.
Most of the time it's yo.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, damn, I already had a fucked up day.
Tell people that from now on. If you call me, ask me, am I emotionally available?
Listen, for real.
Ask me that.
For real. Because most people don't, and you don't.
That's a
you know what I mean?
Question.
Yeah, like you dump on people.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Like, for real, like you dump on people, and you don't even do it on purpose. It's just what we were taught.
Right. That's true.
what we were taught.
Yeah.
Like, but I want, and you could, what I mean? Like, you be ready to set your house on fire.
Right.
And somebody just call you, and you like, yo, like, now you want to come in the house too so it can burn down? Like, because I can't help you if I can't help me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You need the ability to have that mental space together.
Very true.
So when you go into that self-love journey, it clears it out so you always have that mental space. You have that ability to say no to people, like, no, I'm sorry, but not right now, or at least give me a little bit of time to try to clear my own stuff up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then we can revisit.
Right. I like that.
Yo, for real.
You gave me a new term to use.
Serious.
I'm gonna make a voice now. I am not emotionally available at the moment.
You ain't emotionally dumping on me today. Call back tomorrow.
I'm good on it. Give me a week or two. I'll get back to you.
For real. Like, it's important, because mental health is important. How you gonna run your business if you can't run you?
That's true. 1,000%.
That go with sleep. Like, you can't do that.
1,000%. At this moment, what are you working on within? What do you feel like you need to work on that you're actually actively like?
I'm a procrastinator. I am. Listen, I would throw some shit together in the last minute, and you would think I worked on it for weeks and present it like I knew it. And I mean, I know the information, but present it like flawless.
Yeah.
Like flawless. You were like, yo, she nice. You don't even know I was running around from A to B to Z trying to pull everything together in the last minute just because,
Imagine if you really just worked on it.
Exactly.
If you can do that. Imagine. Sheesh.
Exactly. So I'll be like, I gotta get it together. What else? Time management is very, 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 very big on my list, because I plan accordingly, and then it'll start out, but I don't know, somewhere in between of what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to be doing. It just doesn't go well. I'm like usually like, I'm sorry. Like, time management is a really, really big thing on my list. What else? I've worked on patience, because I used to not have patience at all. I had major control issues. So it would be like, I want it now. I don't want it a minute later. If you can't do it now, I need it on this specific day. So I also want to tell you when you can, when it's supposed to be done.
Do you still have that issue?
I don't.
You don't? How did you get away from that?
Accepting what's meant for me will be for me, and it's not on my time.
Did somebody say something to you? Or did you
Mind your business?
That sounds like one of the things like, girl, you gonna have
I've been told. I've been told, like, chill, yo. Like, all right, it's like, chill
doing
out.
way too much.
Yeah, like, chill. you gotta relax. I have been told that, but that's beside the point.
Right.
I got it together. I'm a little bit better with it. I'm like, okay, dang, I got better.
Where do you find peace?
I love to travel.
Really?
I love to travel. I just love to be in a different place. Like, that's a part of my self-love, you know, and my ability to, like, just get stuff done. I was going, like, every 2 weeks. So, like, every other weekend, I would get a hotel for a weekend. And I would get a hotel for a weekend, and I would literally just go in the hotel. I would order in. I might take one walk around the area. One of my favorite locations is DC. Love DC. I just like the vibe of it. And I would go and just stay the weekend.
Really?
Yep. I would order my alcohol in, order my my food in,
That
breakfast
sounds pretty
and
dope,
food in,
actually.
and just be in the hotel room, lock my doors.
That
and
sounds
just
pretty dope.
Every other weekend I did it. Baltimore, I love Baltimore's their waterfront. Their river, whatever the riverfront
I know what
waterfront.
you're talking about.
I love that. I always get a hotel.
The harbor.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I always get. I said river.
You said river, riverfront. Thinking we here.
Y'all know what I meant. But I love their harbor. Like, I get a hotel on the harbor. Wow. I do not get a hotel anywhere else. I go there for weekends.
Have to do that.
Yo,
that
it's so
good.
bomb. Yeah, it's so bomb. Like, it's just literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
But it's a different environment. So it's like, you know, when you walk into a hotel room and you're like, okay, this is nice. But when you lay in that bed, you be like, and you just feel free.
I'm just here.
Like, I did it, and I would do it here too. I have a favorite hotel that I go to, and literally I'll book a night. Really? I did it, I think. But I do it last month. Yeah, I did it last month. And I'll book a hotel room and just go in there. Go in there and just be, and just go and just chill.
Right.
I don't have nobody bugging me, you know, like, and it's just relaxation. Like, it's just, I don't have nothing to do. Like, I'm not forced, you know, because it's not too many times, you know, I know in my life where I don't have anywhere to be or anything to do. Right. I always have something to do. Like, literally always have something to do. Yeah. So when I don't have anything to do, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't have nothing to do. Right. So in order for me to fully, like, relax and feel like I have nothing to do, I got to remove myself from my home. Because at home, I'm busy. At home, you know, my daughter wants me. At home, I got to cook dinner. At home, I got to wash clothes. I got to fold clothes. You know, at home, it may be home and it may be comfortable, but I got to remove myself from that comfort to a different comfort zone to be able to fully.
Absolutely. Even if your daughter's not there, your mind is still like home. You're in there.
Yeah, because then I'm like, okay, what can I go in her room and do? Right. Does she need this? Like, I'm still thinking home-wise.
That is true. That's
you know what I mean? Like, you're still thinking home. But when you think about it, when you go on vacation, you're like, all right, I got stuff to do at home, but that's at home. Right. You know? That's at home. You got
a whole nother reality.
Yeah, like, that's at home. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it helps whenever you remove yourself. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what, that money that I paid for that room for that one night, it's worth it. Right. And then, hold on, here's the kicker. Always do late checkout. Always do late checkout. Lay in that bed as long as you want. Right. I'm always have to do that. For real. That. Yo, I'll be like, man, look, I'll go right to the hotel and be there by myself. Yeah. Have a whole overnight bag. Right. Everything. A bag full of snacks. Stop at the store and get my snacks. What? Yeah. I'm in there. Log into my Netflix. I even took my PS5 to the hotel one time. Wow. What?
Yo, you was out for real.
What? Be on the game arguing in the hotel. I don't care. What? Yes, what?
That's pretty wild. No, that's dope.
Listen, man, you gotta like create spaces when you don't have one.
Right. That's very true. That's very true. I'm about to take one because I got so much stuff going on.
Do it.
Yeah, I might.
You won't regret it. Do it. You won't regret it. I like literally got that one day and I felt good.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, now I'm like, I was going to do it this weekend. I was actually going to fly out to Atlanta. There's a hair show in Atlanta. It's like a natural hair by Talia Wali, I think that's how you say it. Okay. She has a natural hairline that I actually use. Like there's like a strengthening anti-itch serum she has. And then I forget what the other product I was using. Yeah. But it's that person's hair show this weekend.
Gotcha.
So I was gonna fly down there and do it, but with all the different things I'm trying to get done, I was like, you know what, it's best to be responsible and not go. So I'm actually gonna go to Philly this weekend to the hair show there, and still get some education done. Yeah, get some things done. So it's like, it's I'm gonna do some classes coming up, teach some things to some people.
Right.
I have a partnership with a really big company.
Really?
Yeah. I'm how mine's just cracked. I'm super excited, and I feel real blessed about it because it's like the more that I realize, like, okay, you capable. Right. Because that's the thing right there. Are you capable?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you about to go you about to do another hour. You better stop. But that's the truth, though. It is the truth. So on that note, like what, and this could be based on business or personal, whatever. Somebody watching is definitely gonna be women watching. It's gonna be men watching, young, old, all that. My mom watched these joints. What advice would you leave somebody with, whether it's starting a business, whether it's being a woman, whether it's life, parenting? It's up to you, however you want it to be.
Sheesh. You know I got gems.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't matter what they say. You can literally do whatever you want to do. For real.
You say that the music came on.
For real. It does not matter what they say.
That's very true.
It never. Because it matters, but it matters to the point that it doesn't matter.
You know what matters? What you think.
Exactly.
That's what I realized. It don't matter what nobody said. I'm just talking to my son about it.
But teach yourself to think the right way, though.
That's what it is. However you think is where your life's going to go.
And for those pitfalls that happen, because sometimes you feel like there's more pitfalls than blessings.
Absolutely.
Just understand that there's always an up. Right. Always an up. You just want to make sure that you try to stay in the up. So even when those pitfalls, those downfalls happen, you're able to think of it in a light way. Because guess what? You had no control over it anyways. Absolutely. They say, guys say, tell them your plans and make them laugh.
Absolutely.
Like, you have no control over what's already written.
1000% right.
You gotta roll with the punches. And your ability to roll with the punches is going to determine your success.
That's it. All right. That's all good right there. Where can you be found? Social media wise or business?
Oh my gosh, everywhere. I'm on TikTok.
What's your TikTok?
Oh my God, hold on, let me look.
Nobody knows.
Listen, I do, but I don't. What is my TikTok?
Hold on. I have the issue too.
_ Laid by Lee _ TikTok, Instagram is, I believe, the same thing. Let me double check. Stop it. Yeah, _ Laid by Lee _ Laid by Lee _ for Instagram. Euphoria X01 for Instagram. Oh Hey Lee on Instagram.
Okay.
Or Facebook. It's Laid by Lee Hair Lounge, or is it just Laid by? I think it's just Laid by Lee. Okay. Same thing for Euphoria X, and my personal page is Lee McNeil.
Okay. How should they reach out to you if they want to make an appointment?
You can visit my booking site at www.bagaro.com.
Say that again.
www.vagaro.com
Vagaro?
/1 or Lay by Lee 1. And you can also hit me up on Facebook. I'm going to phase out Facebook messaging, but you can always hit me up on Facebook. And I'm pretty good with getting back to people.
Whenever we get done, just send me that stuff. At some point, just send me like the website, the Instagrams, whatever that is, so I can put it in the bio and all that. All right, so we about to close out. Is there anything you want to leave the people with?
No, you keep
good. You got it. You got it.
You keep asking me. No, because you keep asking me like you want me to keep going, and listen. I'm gonna talk. I don't say too. Listen. I'm one of the people. I don't say too much, but when I talk, I talk. Like,
right.
Like I got, that's what I said. I got some shit with me. Right. Like I really, that's why I be chilling. I'm chilling. What?
All right. So
do I read?
All right, I'm sorry. We got to end it with this thing.
Do I read? The beginning of the pandemic, I started my own library.
Okay. So give me a good book. That's something we can leave the people with.
The Book of Enoch.
Okay. So you going deep.
The Book of Enoch.
You trying to go? All right.
The Book of Enoch.
She trying to. All right. I got you.
What?
She left with. Now I'm saying you went deep. You went deep. I thought you were gonna say something like, all right, The Alchemist. So you went. That's a good one, though. Book of Enoch?
The Book of Enoch.
I'm not even going to have that conversation.
Nope.
We're going to go a whole nother hour.
Nope.
Hey, look. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you...
Thanks for having me.
Definitely.
Thanks
you
for
already
having
know.
me.
Had to make it happen. Follow all the social medias.
The correct one.
The correct one. I had the correct one somewhere. It'll be somewhere around there.
I need to just take them all.
Right, I'm gonna take them all. I'm just gonna put them all in the joint. Y'all click whatever y'all want to click. That's how we gonna do it. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. Make sure y'all gonna book your appointments. Make sure y'all watch this again and listen to what she was talking about. I love these episodes.
Yeah.
So, yep, we out of here.
Easy on the track.
Be like, nigga, that's a dream. You driving on the highway, you see my face on the billboard. Yeah. I said, old bitch took my heart, and I can't get it back. A lot of niggas lost their life over the internet. I can't wait to make it hit, then go sit on the billboard. I'm a star, she see my face up on the billboard. I don't got no more love, how can I love you? And you fuck on my dogs, how can I trust you? NBA playoffs, we was sitting in the bubble. Then I hopped up in the game, and I scored a triple-double. Young cocky nigga, bought a buzz, then a buzz them. She gon' fuck the whole field just to get a touchdown. I got greatness in my heart, man, I could never be a failure. I fuck a best friend one time just to get a jealous. Give a whole back shot, put out the phone and make a movie. Ever since I started rapping, they said I've been at the booth. I fuck bitches OT. Had that job, my cousin who people I had love for. I watched them fade like Boosie. I said, old bitch took my heart, and I can't get it back. A lot of niggas lost their life over the internet. I can't wait to make it hit, then go sit on the billboard. I'm a star, she see my face up on the billboard. I don't got no more love, how can I love you? And you fuck on my